Sadguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Ramayana 352. As you may remember, Prahasta was now facing the army. He is familiar with the Astras, and he has been to the heavens when Ravana fought with the Devas. He is fairly formidable. The Vanara army was waiting for the coming of the army of Prahasta. They armed themselves with their weapons made of trees and rocks, and soon the fight was on. There was killing on either side, and great was the loss to both of them. Nila was watching from a distance, and he saw the disaster which was being caused by Prahasta and his army. Nila came to the forefront, and he stood facing the commander of the army of Ravana. Prahasta saw him and went towards Nila in his chariot, which was golden. They fought a terrible duel, and the rest of the army stopped fighting and stood watching the glorious spectacle. Very soon Nila had destroyed the chariot of Prahasta, and he'd killed his horses and the charioteer too. He broke the bow of Prahasta, who jumped down from the terrace of his chariot, which had been broken. Prahasta and Nila were engaged in a duel. Finally, Nila took up an immense piece of rock in his two hands and hurled it with all his might at Prahasta. The commander of Ravana's army, the valiant Prahasta, fell down dead, with his head split into several fragments. The army rushed back to the city with fear, chasing every one of them. It was like a river which had brimmed its banks and finally broken them. Rama was thrilled with the valor shown by Nila, and there was great joy in the camp of Rama. Ravana was told that Prahasta had been killed by Nila, the son of Agni. He was shocked and grieved to hear the news. Very soon anger was uppermost in his mind, and he said, "Prahasta has always stood by me, and he has destroyed a large part of the army of Indra in the old days. Such a valiant fighter has been killed, and that by a mere monkey. His death has to be avenged. We should no longer ignore the valor of the enemy. I will go myself to the battlefield and avenge the death of my dear Prahasta, who is like a brother to me. I will kill the enemies and win the war. Like a forest fire, I will burn up a forest full of dried trees. I will burn them all up with my scorching arrows and make them all lie dead on the field." 19. Ravana on the field of battle. Ravana called for his chariot, and soon it was at his door. He ascended the chariot, which was like fire, and set out for the field of battle. Surrounded by his Rakshasas, he looked like Lord Mahadev. Surrounded by his Pramataganas, he went fast towards the field of battle, and he saw the army made up of monkeys. He smiled in derision. Rama saw the huge army advancing, and he turned to Vibhishana and asked him, "Who is the hero leading this mighty army? Everyone seems to be enthusiastic about fighting, and the chariot, which gleams golden, has their chief. I can see his bow, and it seems to be mighty. I'm intrigued as to who he is." Vibhishana looked at the army and the chariot and said, "On the elephant, which is like Airavata, is seated a great fighter by name Akampana. The chariot with the banner decorated with a lion holds Indrajit. The other warrior who is making the earth quake with fear by the noise of his bowstring is Atikaya. He has by his side another of the favorite warriors of Ravana, and his name is Mahodara. Along with him can be seen Kumbha, whose banner is a serpent. Nikumbha is the leader of this army. I can see Narantaka, who is famed for his valor against the Devas when he fought with them along with Ravana." Sadguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.